Like yesterday, oh man, I was high, man. I was at work, and I was like, man, this is my thought. This is my thought. The Democrats, they don't say that, like all I'm hearing. They don't say defund the police, but they don't deny defunding. If you do defund the police, I think that's a terrible idea. I hate police. You know what I'm saying? You like police? I don't. But
I like them when they're not around. I like them when I need them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like them when I forgot to buckle my seatbelt when I'm driving down the road.
I don't like them. Like what's going on in Portland? What happened? What's going on in Portland? What did you say?
It's like 80 days of rioting.
83.
They're burning down county buildings now instead of just federal.
I mean, what's going on in Chicago now? I'm not watching the news.
It's about the same.
About the same.
They finally made their way to like the ritzy uptown shopping areas. They're looting. They actually tried to break into a Ronald McDonald House charity.
Oh man.
With sick kids inside.
Maybe they were coming to give the kids joy, Maybe that's what they're doing.
The joy by the end of a brick.
But you don't watch news. Alright, well, you watch Fox News and you watch MSN, or you watch CNN, and there's a big difference in what they say about what's going on.
It's targeted audience. So.
Yes. They're peaceful protests and they're fucking riots. But they're both going on, but they're both targeted audiences for, like you said. This one stands for Trump and trying to fund the police. This one tries to stand for defunding the police. When I say don't defund the police, what happens when you defund the police?
Rich people get security guards.
Isn't that? Well, you take power away from the local government. Who has the control of the police?
Yeah.
The mayor. The mayor has the control of the police. You take away that, you take away the state police, the governor, anything. Who moves in? Federal law enforcement. Who's in control of that? Federal officials. So you no longer need a base local government anymore. So once you defund the police, you defund local government, you lose your local government. So therefore you become what? That's why I say don't defund the police, because when you lose so much more.
That's actually a really good point.
You lose a lot.
You're gonna have federal troops. And
you're gonna lose so much more, because these guys aren't run by your local official. They're run by us. Our tax-paying dollars pay for those guys, correct?
Yeah.
Having police officers are paid off of my dollar, your dollar spent on the things and everything, the taxes in this town.
And
correct.
The people that live in the town.
Okay. Who's in control? The mayor. You take the police officers away, you lose their ability to enforce law. You lose. What do we even have a government for law? Why do we have the police for the law enforcement? Why are we? So if you take away the local government's ability to enforce the law, you bring in the federal government who enforces the law for them, which Trump is trying to bring in a federal into those states. But if we defund the police like everyone wants to do, or they're saying it's a terrible idea. I don't like police anymore, and I watched the fucking George Floyd, and it did not seem racially biased or anything like that. I mean, it probably was more, but George was being unnecessary. He was obviously drugged or whatnot, and this and the other. And I mean, I'm not a fucking professional, but when it comes to what I'm saying is true. Is what's going to happen when this happens? If we defund the police and we lose the police, we will be in a military state.
Just look at the murder rate in major cities.
What does the governor still control? The National Guard. Yeah. Even if the police aren't there, he still has control of the National Guard. And then they would be enforcing your law. And then they wouldn't be. We wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
And it's a scary thought. It really is. But ain't it crazy that George Floyd died saying I can't breathe during the pandemic that's killing people by not being able to breathe? Ain't that just how 2020 is going?
2020 is so. If I ever wrote a book, I call it hindsight. 2020. 2020. I look back in 2020. 2020 is in the rear view.
I remember thinking Kobe dying was going to be the worst possible thing.
I don't think Kobe's dead. Like, here's a hot take. Kobe's not dead. That nigga's alive. He fucking in a pod. You ever seen the movie 2012? That's what he's doing. He took his favorite daughter, and he ran away, And they was in a bunch of they were in a helicopter with a bunch of rich folk who took their kids, and they left too. Goodbye. I don't think Kobe's dead. I don't know though, It is what it is. But that was crazy, thinking that was gonna be the worst thing. And like, fuck. This is my opinion on the fucking COVID. It is what it is. I've been around people that have had it. They've had to come back to work. Just a guy come back yesterday. We've had 2 guys come back from it. I'm not telling. I'm never tested for it. Blah 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 blah. I mean, yeah, I guess it's killed people, and not around here. And it's like we live in a bubble. Southern Illinois, you know, it's very tight. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't expand outside. I mean, people do, but it's like you know, it's pretty restricted, and you know, people don't leave it often.
If they do, they're just hitting up for dude.
You know, it's we're here. You know, we don't get a lot of outsiders. So we live in a bubble. But what the COVID and the push for it, I see Trump, you know, and he's like, you know, not wearing a mask and this, that, and the other. But then, you know, Biden's wearing a mask. They want to keep you indoors. They want to keep you afraid so they can put your ass on send you a fucking a mail-in ballot.
When you go to Walmart, you put on a mask.
I do. I just don't want to deal with the fucking.
That's kind of how.
You know what? Here it is. I walked at the door with Coop. Well, I'm with Coop. I'm just gonna do the fucking thing. But I go and like, dude was, and when we put on the mask right there in front of the dude, and he didn't say hi until after we put the mask on. The dude walked in front of us, didn't have a mask on. He didn't say hi to him. So it was like, oh, discriminate against me because he did not say hi. He wasn't going to acknowledge me. Like that's what they're doing. They're not acknowledging you if you haven't done. You know.
Because they don't. That's their job, and they just don't want to get confrontational. So they're like, I didn't even notice.
Like they're not acknowledging. Like that was funny as shit. 'Cause, like